fix the problem of ST alpha. Okay, this one is same. We also have feature preservation, which means that if you have a very thin or very thin feature in your model, so you don't need to be worried because we have a very powerful algorithm that will make sure that this thin feature will be preserved. Okay, so it will not be disappeared because normally these small features can disappear during the conversion to ST alpha. Okay, so we have a very powerful algorithm that makes sure that this thin feature won't disappear. And then we have in CAD module we have a tool that will allow us to design the internal structure, which is a lattice structure, as you can see. So we have a library of lattice structure for 3D printing. So the next module is the FE module that will allow us to generate the volume mesh. Okay, so it's a very powerful meshing generator module. Okay, as you can see, it's a multi-part. It generates a multi-part unit conforming mesh. So I'm not sure whether you can see, but then you make sure that all the elements is connected to each other, and then you make sure that the elements don't overlap on two parts. Okay, and the process is very easy. With one click, you can generate a very good mesh on multiple parts. Okay, so I suppose most of you have worked with simulation softwares, and we know that when it comes to setting up a simulation, the meshing is the most tedious part. So by having the FE module mesh, the FE module, you will make the meshing process becomes very easy. Okay. Okay. We also in FE module we have import and remesh volume meshing, which means that if you generate the mesh using your FEA software like ANSYS, Console, etc., and you are not happy with the mesh generated by the software, okay, you can always import your mesh into Simpleware, into FE module, and fix the mesh that you have created using ANSYS or Console or Abacus, etc. Okay, so you have several options. You can improve the mesh that you have generated, or you can totally change the mesh. Okay, alright. And then in FE module we can do a mesh refinements. So this one depends on the objective of your simulations. Okay, so we do the mesh refinement. Example here between the vertebra, the mesh refinement at the contact surface, etc. And then for CFD simulations, using the FE module, we can generate the boundary layers. Okay, same for these vessels. And then we can also define material properties using the FE module. And we have three ways to define the material properties. And one of them is define the material properties based on the grayscale value, which means that the material properties of our model won't be homogeneous. It will be different at different area, because in example in a bone we have a different density. Okay, now the bones don't have the same density at each part, so it has a various density. So we can define the material properties based on the grayscale. So the material properties that we have for our model is more accurate. Alright, and then we can export to many FE and CFD solver, and they are all of the famous ones like ANSYS, Console, Abacus, LSDNA, Nastran, Patan, MATLAB, and also for CFD it can be exported to Abacus, Fluent, Console, OpenFlow, MATLAB. Okay. And then we also have a NURBS module. So NURBS module to generate a NURBS surface. Then the NURBS surface can be exported into AutoCAD, CATIA, or STEP for further enhancement or modifications. And the last one, we have a physics module. So physics module is a module that will calculate for us the effective properties of the material using the homogenization method. Alright, so we have three modules in physics module. So we have plus solid, plus flow, and plasma plus. So plus solid, we will use the built-in FE solver in the software that will calculate the effective stiffness tensor and also individual elastic moduling. Alright. and then using the plus flow, it will give us the absolute permeability of the porous material using the built-in Stokes solver inside the software. And then for plus Laplace, it will calculate for us the effective electrical conductivity, permeability, thermal conductivity, and also molecular diffusivity using the built-in FE solver. Alright. So these kind of effective properties are actually based on the composition of the material of the product that we have scanned and generated using the software ScanIP itself. Alright. And all the tools, all the features that I have shown to you just now are customizable. So we have an interface customizable. So you guys can create a code to customize certain tools or certain features, or you can write a code to create a new tool that is not available in the software and ask the software to run it for you. Okay? And then we can also do automation. So if you need to work with 100 set of images, 100 sets of image, then you can create a code to do the automation because it will be tedious to do the segmentation for each set of images. So you can create a code to do the automation so that it will do the segmentation and create the 3D model automatically. We have a macro tool records that will allow us to that will facilitate the coding process. So we just can like record the process and then it will generate the code for us. So that automation coding will become easy. Alright. So far, do you have any questions about the software before I go to the next section? Is it clear? Okay, I will summarize. So now I will share with you some case studies and also success stories. So later if I don't show to you what you are doing, please let me know, because I have other case studies and success stories in my laptop. Maybe I can share with you if you want. Okay, so the first one is authentic foam. So this is the exercise that we will do later. Okay, so this is the project collaboration between NASA and also ARUP. Okay, they are studying the material properties of the authentic foam. So authentic foam material has a kind of different behavior. So they have a negative Poisson ratio. So it will contract during the compression and expand the tension, and the application for the authentic foam can be used to do the filtration. So they use an SMT scanner with a resolution of 0.003 millimeter. So I think it's like 3 micrometer. And then they use the SE module. No, they use a ScanIP firstly to generate the 3D model. And then they use the SE module to generate the mesh. Okay? And then the volume meshes that they have generated, they export into Fluent to do the CFD analysis, and then they export the volume mesh into LSDNA to do the simulation of impact, as you can see here. Alright. Okay, this one comes from Imperial College London. So the same thing, they use an SMT scanner to scan the material. So for this one, they do the material characterization. So if you are working with a composite material, so you can use a simpleware to study the composition of the material. Okay, you can study how much the composition of it. So if you increase the amount of this material, the composite material, what will happen in the simulation, etc. So for this case example, what they do, they manage to segment 4 components: aluminium, film, ferrum, air. So I don't know how to pronounce this. Alright, and then they use the FE mesh to do the meshing, as you can see here. So this is the mesh that has been generated using the FE model, and then they export into FEA software to do the stress analysis or structural analysis to the material. Right. Okay. So this is a study from a collaboration of University of Waterloo, University of Akron, Carnegie Mellon University, Indiana University, and also Purdue University. Okay, so what they do here is a lithium-ion battery electrodes. So they would like to model it, create a 3D model of it. So what they do is, this is a graphite actually. They scan using the nano XCT, so with a resolution 5 micrometer. Alright, and then they do the segmentation of the electron using a simple wire scan IP, and then they generate the FE mesh using the FE module, and then they export into console multiphysics software to do a stress analysis. So what they do is they do the LFP. LFP is so normally LFP performance is done in 1D, but then right now they try to do it in 3D. So they're using simple way to generate a 3D model so that they can do an LFP analysis using the 3D. This is another example. This one has been made by University of California, Davis. This is asphalt concrete. They would like to study the shear stress inside the asphalt concrete. So what they do, they take a sample from a road, then scan, and then they will get the images. The images, they use a simple way to generate the 3D model. Okay, and then they are able to do the segmentation of 3 components inside the asphalt concrete. So they have mastic, aggregate, and also air. And then they use the FE module to generate the FE mesh, and then they export into Abacus to study the stress distribution. Alright, so they say here 3D numerical model closer in accuracy to the bearing stress compared to the 2D model. So it's quite important actually to have a 3D model for your analysis. This is a simulation, this is a case study comes from Serco and also Simulia. So this is like a reverse engineering plus NDE, non-destructive evaluation. So they would like to study the crack propagations. So firstly they create a crack using this machine. Alright, so they have the crack, the model of the crack, and then they scan, and then they use a simple wire to create the 3D model of the crack, and then they use the FE module to generate the FE mesh of the crack. Okay, so all this has been done using simple wire. And then they export it into SFEM to do the crack propagation simulations. Right? So this is the result of the simulation. So if you are working with reverse engineering, you are working on NDE, NDT, simple wire will be very, very useful for you to create the 3D model. Alright. So this is an example comes from Japan. So made by DAZZTECH. DAZZTECH is one of our associates in Japan. So they do reverse engineering. So initially they just want to study the thermal structural analysis of this part, the cylinder head. But then when they scan the cylinder head, what they find is the small defects or voids in the cylinder head. You can see there's a red small parts in here. This one is the defect that they have found. So what they do is instead of doing the one analysis, they do two analyses. The first analysis, they do a thermal structure analysis on the model with the defects. Another analysis, they do a thermal structure analysis with the model with no defects. So, yeah. And then they do a comparison to see what is the effect of the defects on the performance of their model. This one is another to study the cracks, but then for this one, they try to model the method to study the crack. So this one is they use an ultrasonic array response to study the cracks. So again, they use a simpleware to generate the 3D model of the crack. And then they use a hybrid model which they combine the FE method with a ray tracing method to simulate the ultrasonic array response. So, and then they use a MATLAB to implement these two methods. Okay, and then not only for materials, can be used also for life sciences. So this one is a dental models. So they use a scan IP to import the images, and then to do the segmentation, they use a scan IP to segment the mandible and also the teeth. Then they use a CAD module to import the implants or the teeth, and also to import the implant here, and also to do the positioning of the implants inside the mandible. And then they use a FE module to generate the mesh on the teeth and also on the mandible. And then they export the volume meshes into console to create the FE analysis. So this one is they try to study the stress on the jaw during the biting process. When they bite something, they like to study the stress on the jaw. So move to the next study. Okay, this one is a head model, the one I have shown you just now. So it comes from a 26-year-old male. We use an MRI scan. We do the segmentation. We use like 3 tools: threshold, flat field, and also filters. That is available in Scan IP to do the segmentation of 12 structures. Then we generate the mesh using the FE module. So we have generated a 12 structures mesh simultaneously, which means only one time we generate all the meshes, and then we export it to Atlas Dina and also Abacus to study the impact on the head model. So, for example, this is the effect on the brain. This is the study the effect on the backbone. Okay, and also it will be great to do the implant positioning. This one has been created by healthcare, collaborated with ANSYS. So they would like to do the implant positioning. So this one we have time later, we will do this exercise. So they use a scan IP to generate the 3D model, they use a CAD module to introduce the implant in the bones, and then they use an FE module to generate the FE mesh. Okay, and then they do simulation. So the objective of the simulation, they would like to see the micro motion of the implant in the bones. So they would like to optimize, to like to reduce, to minimize the micro motion of the implant in the bones. Alright, so they do the. Then this one is a patient-specific total knee replacement. So this one is more to do surgical procedure. So before they replace the knee with the implants, so they need to plan the surgical procedure. Okay, so they use a simple wire to generate the 3D model of a CAD. They use a measurement tool that is available in the Scan IP to do the measurements. And then they use a CAD module to introduce all the implants, all the screw, etc. And then they generate the 3D model of the implant as well. So it's the same thing to do with, made by Corin, but then here Corin, they don't do the implant on knee, they do implant for hip. Okay, and then they generate the 3D model of the hip and also the implant that they want to introduce. Do we still have time? 1 minute more. Okay. I will share with you quickly one more case study for the 3D painting. Okay, this one. Okay, this one comes from one of our clients. Comes from one of our clients. So what they do is they design their additive manufacturing part using a CAD software, alright, and then they do the 3D printing. So they have the 3D printed part, they scan and they generate the 3D model using simpleware, and then they do the comparison. Okay, so this is the additive manufacturing part, the real model that they have 3D printed. Okay, so for additive manufacturing, the typical workflow normally they design. So for this company, they use ANSYS, they design using ANSYS. They do simulation using ANSYS, and but then they don't really know the quality, the performance, the reliability, and also the repeatability of the product. Alright, so just go quickly. So the questions that always arise when it comes to 3D printing is whether the 3D printed part that we have that has been produced is the same as what we have designed. So how we can do the comparison? So the comparison can be done using the image-based modeling or using the software simulation. Okay, where we use a CT scan to create the model of the 3D printed part. Okay, so this is one using. So this is a CT scan of the. So we do the 3D printing. We obtain the 3D printed part. Then we use a CT scanner to scan the 3D printed part. Then we have the images. So this is the view of the images. Then we use a simpleware to generate the 3D model. Okay, this is an exported slice. This is to detail. Okay, so what they do, they import the volume image data, as I showed to you just now. So a stack of 2D images. Alright, and then we form a postal grid, and then segment the region of interest. So as you can see, in the 3D printed part, there's a defect here. So it can be captured quite well by the software simple. And also, and then we create the surface mesh STL file, and then we can create the FE mesh. So, and then, as I showed to you just now, we compare the design, the model that we create using the CAD software with the model that we create from the scanning process, and then we create using the simulation. So we use a snap registration and also the surface deviation to see the lower deviation or the upper deviation, the difference. So we can see there's a difference at this area, and also at this area there's a difference also at the internal structure part. You can see. And then what they would like to do as well to see whether the defects that they have during the 3D printing process will affect significantly to the performance of their products. So they do comparison between the scan model and also the CAD model. So we can see that for the scan model, the stress distribution is kind of different from the CAD model. Okay, so which means that the CAD model analysis that we do here is actually not exactly true. Because as we can see, the real model actually don't have the same stress distribution compared to the CAD model stress distribution. Okay, so this one, the simulation is more realistic because this one we include as well the defects that come from the manufacturing process or 3D printing process. Okay. So typical workflow. So what we can do, we add the scanning process. We use a software, simpleware to create the surface 3D model and also to do the FE, to do the simulation, also to do the inspection. So this is a new workflow where we have a simpleware. Alright. So I think that's all for the presentation of the software. So it's kind of problem. Very lastly, these are the hardware requirements. All the modern computers will be compatible with the software. So it's the same for other softwares. If you have more powerful computer, the performance of the software will be better. So it's always recommended to use a Windows 7 or Windows 10, and then the processor is i7. So normally i7 has a double quad core, which means that you have 8 cores. So it will be great to use. And then the RAM is 16 or higher. This one is a recommendation, which means that you have lower specs, it doesn't matter. You still can work with the software. And then the modern graphic card should be great. Alright. So to summarize my presentation, I have shown to you what the software simpleware can do and all the features that the software has. So just to summarize, we have the core software that is called Scan IP that will allow us to convert from 2D images into 3D model. Then we have additional modules. So we have like FE module that will allow us to generate mesh easily, and that can be exported into most of the FE and CFD software for your simulations. Then we have a CAD module. CAD module will allow us to import a CAD model that we design using CATIA, AutoCAD, etc. So that we can do positioning as well if you work with implant. So if you want to do the positioning of the implant inside your bone, so you need a CAD model. And then we also have a NURBS module. So NURBS module is more for design. So it will create for you the NURBS surface. And then we have physics module that will calculate for you the effective properties. Alright. So do you have any questions before we? Yeah. 9:45 to 10 a.m. for Q&A session. But then, okay, let's have a break. At the same time, if you have any question, just go to me. We take a photo first. Because photo is. Okay, so if you have any question, just come to me and then ask any question that you have. Okay? At the same time, thank you.